You are watching Khaos Crypto News, the crypto news that you need to know.
Happy Monday and welcome to Khaos Crypto News. We got some breaking news today. Silicon Valley Bank purchased for $1. Bitcoin has jumped more than 9%. The crypto market cap is back over 1 trillion. Crypto addiction is becoming a problem and there's been a bunch of shorts liquidations. So let's jump right in. We'll start with Silicon Valley Bank UK arm acquired by HSBC for just £1 UK pound. Global banking giant HSBC is coming to the rescue to the United Kingdom-based branch of the collapsed Silicon Valley Bank with a new acquisition. HSBC officially announced that the UK bank is acquiring Silicon Valley Bank for £1 British pound or about $1.21. The company added that the acquisition would be funded from existing resources and would be completed immediately. I guess those existing resources of $1 were easy to come up with. We welcome SVB's UK's customers to HSBC and look forward to helping them grow in the UK and around the world. So there's obviously people making moves here to fix this mess that's been going on. Oh no, I lost my camera. We'll get that back here in just a quick second. All right, I think we're back. Next up on the news, crypto short sellers get liquidated en masse in surprise market turnaround. So almost 61,800 positions were liquidated in the past 24 hours, surpassing 237 million in total crypto liquidations. Binance executed the largest single liquidation order for over $7.4 million. So I guess that's what happens when you play with leverage and you don't have a good strategy set up. Now, a new bank run's already underway at a second regional bank after the SVB collapse. One of these people is saying, I already know of at least one other bank. I don't want to say the name, but the runs have already started. It's a regional bank, and then there's a list of other ones. You can look around to see which regional banks. Their stocks were down 20% on Thursday and Friday because the market was throwing the question of whether the SVB problem would spread. When asked specifically whether he's talking about customers who are already withdrawing funds in large amounts, or whether people are preparing to withdraw on Monday, Sachs said the answer is both. And here we are on Monday, and the crypto market's actually up. Bitcoin jumps more than 9% as U.S. acts to protect deposits at crypto-linked banks. Bitcoin and Ether led a strong price rebound in the top 10 non-stablecoin currencies in morning trading in Asia. The moves followed the failure of Silvergate Capital last week that raised the threat of a systemic run on banks. Funny enough, Solana led the gains for some reason. So Bitcoin jumped 9.6%, Ether gained 9.7%, and Solana surged more than 12.5%. USDC, the second largest stablecoin, traded back in line with the US dollar peg in Asia on Monday morning. Circle CEO Jeremy said on Monday that all Circle deposits will be available when banks open on Monday. The total crypto market cap rose by 6.47% in the past 24 hours to over 1 trillion. So we're back over 1 trillion. How great is that? And U.S. stock futures were trading higher on Monday morning in Asia, reflecting the moves to backstop the U.S. banking industry. The Fed meets on March 22nd to make its next decision on interest rates, which are currently between 4.5% to 4.75%, the highest since October of 2007. Very lucky solo miner solves Bitcoin block for $148,000 reward. This is actually pretty cool. A solo miner who's mining Bitcoin was rewarded for adding block 780,112 to Bitcoin's blockchain, beating the odds as countless others raced towards the same goal. The miner used the Solo CK Pool mining service to establish a solo mining pool where they produced a valid hash for the block and received a reward of 6.25 Bitcoin and a fee reward of around 0.63 Bitcoin. That together was worth about $148,000. It would typically take a miner much longer to create a valid transaction given the limited computing power that they use. A miner of this size will generally solve a block on average once about every 10 months or so. They've only been mining solo for the last 2 days, so this particular miner got very lucky. Bitcoin's total hash rate was around 308 petahashes, meaning the solo miner's 6.7 petahash rate represented roughly 0.002 of the blockchain's entire computational power. An account on the Bitcoin forum, Bitcoin Talk, stepped forward to claim responsibility producing the valid hash, saying he rented extra power for less than a day using a service called NiceHash. Now, I looked into this a little bit. To take advantage of this, you can't use your GPU miners or CPU miners. You actually need an ASIC miner. And the way it works is essentially you just keep your ASIC miner running and not expecting any gains day by day. So you don't get a daily consistent payout, but you can win the entire block if you get lucky. Now, People DAO was hacked via Google Sheets. $120,000 worth of Ethereum were stolen. People DAO has lost 76.5 Ethereum to a social engineering hack. First, the accounting lead mistakenly shared a link to the payout forum with edit access to a public channel on the project's Discord server. This hacker was able to use the edit access on the forum to insert their addresses and a 76.5 Ethereum payment. The hacker then made this row invisible on the forum. Checking if anyone's in chat here. This hidden row on the forum escaped the team's notice during rechecks. It also was not picked up by the multi-signature signers who executed the transfers. As such, the attacker's wallet received the 76.5 Ethereum payment. The hacker subsequently transferred the Ether to two centralized exchanges. Man, there's a lot of hacks going on lately, a lot of exploits happening. Now let's talk a little bit about Ripple. Ripple's CEO assures strong financial position despite SVB collapse. So Garlinghouse said the SVB situation would not disrupt Ripple's daily operations. Ripple had exposure to SVB, but we expect no disruption to our day-to-day business and already held a majority of our USD with a broader network of bank partners, Garlinghouse said. In another announcement, the Federal Reserve has said that all depositors of Silicon Valley Bank would have access to all their money starting on Monday. No losses associated with the resolution of Silicon Valley Bank will be borne by the taxpayer. Interesting. It sounds like a bailout to me. Talk a little bit about Coinbase here. We are looking at Coinbase officially suspending BUSD trading. The decision came after Paxos, the company that issues BUSD, stopped minting the stablecoin as a result of regulatory action by the New York Department of Financial Services. So, I mean, we kind of all knew this was coming, but it looks like it's official. It's here. Now, this is kind of a bit of a funny one to talk about, kind of interesting. Crypto addiction is a problem, and not everyone can agree how big of a problem it is. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera today here. I'm going to just try to fix that here quick. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. Got that sorted out. Sorry about that. Y'all haven't streamed in a while. Crypto addiction is a problem, and not everyone can agree how big of a problem it is. More clinics are offering services to help crypto addiction, but how bad is this emerging problem? However, experts and psychologists have identified a new and growing problem, crypto addiction. A senior specialist therapist at Castle Craig believes it's a problem going under the radar. If you think there's about 3% of the UK population addicted to gambling, then my estimation is there's roughly 5% with a problem with crypto. It's more volatile and exciting than gambling, he says. We are seeing more and more people with a problem year on year. Anthony saw his first crypto addiction case all the way back in 2016, and since then, Castle Craig has seen over 250 patients with the problem. In many ways, crypto addiction shares many similarities with gambling addiction. Arguably, one is a subset of the other. Both involve high-risk investments that can lead to significant financial loss. Both also provide a rush of adrenaline. This behavior can be detrimental to an individual's financial, mental, and physical health. The line where it becomes unhealthy would vary from person to person, but generally, when it starts to negatively impact other aspects of a person's life is when it's becoming a problem. Crypto addiction, like other addictions, is the symptom of an external stressor, one person said, a take that not everyone will agree with. In China, at least 33 million are hooked on web gaming and other entertainment. And in 2019, minors in China were limited to 90 minutes of gameplay on weekdays and banned from playing between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. In 2021, the restrictions were tightened to only 1 hour of gameplay per day on Fridays, weekends, and public holidays. China is absolutely crazy with the amount of control that they're enacting over their citizens, and that just boggles my mind. Definitely grateful that here we're not under that kind of control, although with Justin Trudeau, it seems like we're getting pretty damn close, I'll tell you what. Now let's talk a little bit about Ethereum. Ethereum limits full Shanghai withdrawals for 18 months. Now, I'm sure a lot of people saw something like this coming, but I knew there would be a catch of some sort personally. Within weeks, Ethereum's Shanghai update will begin the process of unlocking 17.5 million staked Ether worth about $28 billion. Now, we touched on this the other day. Unavailable for withdrawal and unable to be sold currently, this supply will slowly be reintroduced to public markets and affect Ethereum's price. Since late 2020, staking into Ethereum's beacon chain hasn't allowed withdrawals of staked ETH at all. The new upgrade includes rules which rate limit users from withdrawing staked ETH all at once. Full withdrawals of both rewards and the original 32 ETH will take over 18 months to complete in full. The post-Shanghai system will allow approximately 1,800 validators per day to make a full withdrawal of their original deposit plus reward. Excuse me. The quota is simply 8 full withdrawals per epoch and is intended to limit ETH sell pressure. Partial withdrawals will saturate the early days. Partial withdrawals accommodate immediate requests by major players like Kraken, Lido, and Coinbase. Ethereum will process partial withdrawals at a rate of 16 partial withdrawals per 12-second slot. There are about 7,200 slots per day, which allows partial withdrawals for around 110,000 validators per day. So they think it's going to take about 5 days to do those. Ethereum developers made staking easy and withdrawing difficult. In order to withdraw, validators will need to update their credentials prefixes to 0x01 before withdrawing, rather than generally favored 0x00 prefix that we're all used to. Validators must ensure to set a withdrawal address manually. For some reason, it's only possible to set this once. Any mistake could permanently limit a validator's ability to withdraw. That's so messed up, if you ask me. They make it difficult and super sketchy, and there's probably no way to save their ass if something does go wrong. A few more bits of news to talk about today. Euler Finance flash loan attacked for an estimated $197 million. The attacker drained multiple assets, including 136 million staked Ether, 34 million USDC, 19 million of wrapped Bitcoin, as well as 8.7 million of DAI. The perpetrator, to borrow large amounts of funds, tried to drain them from the pool after doing so. It is unclear how the attack was carried out or who was responsible. Euler Finance team is working with security professionals and law enforcement and will release more information later. Flash loans are a popular tool for attackers looking to exploit vulnerabilities in DeFi protocols, as they allow borrowers to access large amounts of funds without providing collateral. Now, talk a little bit about Beatport and Polkadot's music platform. So Beatport is partnering with Polkadot to launch Beatport.io, a digital collectible marketplace bringing electronic music culture to Web3. Developed and designed in partnership with Define Creative, Beatport will launch an Aventus, a Web3 solutions provider for enterprises and parachain in the Polkadot ecosystem. The platform will enable record labels and artists to create and sell unique digital assets. Beatport and Polkadot will also collaborate on 10 major music and Web3 events over the next 18 months, celebrating the launch of a new NFT collection accessible via Polkadot integrated wallets. So for the musicians out there like myself, I think that's pretty cool. Final story here for today. Moonbird's whale sells almost 500 NFTs on Blur for significant losses. So the losses were between 9 and 33%. 200 Moonbirds sold for a loss greater than 32%. So that's not good for this holder here. And the floor price on Moonbirds has actually declined by more than 27% over the past 24 hours. I just want to touch a little bit. I think we were around here, possibly. Anyway, one of these hacks here. We were kind of talking about this the other day. People keep trying to go back and fix the mess that has been made, and any mess fixing that can be done, any modifications to immutable blockchain technology that can be done, essentially means the blockchain is ruined. And that kind of is really a razor's edge. Like, it's good to see that people are trying to help others recover these stolen funds or lost funds, for example. But at the same time, anything that's immutable like this, or anything that's not immutable, that's not tied to the blockchain, that can be manipulated, really defeats the whole purpose. One of these was that guy that I was talking about in the last episode who paid $1.20 or something for $2 million plus in a swap, they're trying to get the $2 million plus back to the person who made the mistake. And even though it was a mistake, it's on the blockchain. They're trying to get him his money back. I don't know what else to say about it. It ain't really right. Buddy made a mistake and it sucks due to slippage. Maybe he should get some of his money back, but at the same time, when mistakes happen, blockchain's immutable. That's how it should be. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you all for watching this episode of Khaos Crypto News. Stay tuned. We got lots of stuff coming out this week, and we'll catch you in the next one.